Hello Sagittarius, this is your August 16th to August 31st, 2016 read. For the main read, I am using the Shadowscapes Tarot by Stephanie Pumunla. And for the advice cards, I'm using the Saints and Angels Oracle card deck by Doreen Virtue. I have already pre-shuffled the deck, so let's really get into it here. Doing a little different this time. I'm doing it so you can see me that way. I've been told that that kind of helps. Ooh, those came out together. Well, let's do that then. This one, oh, we got three pop out all at once. Okay. Going into the Sagittarius time here, excuse me, it's very interesting because it looks like you're a little reserved to start off with. Actually, instead of saying reserved, I want to say a little self-indulgent around the 16th. I feel like you may have a little more fun than usual, maybe overdo a little bit of the partying, just a little bit. I feel like, whether you're male or female, I feel like there's a feminine energy coming in around you, which, this is a general read, so the way I'm reading this is kind of like an emotional spur. So even if it's like another male, or if it's a male energy that's influencing you, they're highly emotional, and I feel like they're very much into this overindulgent moment, and you're right along with it. Like, I feel like the two of you are in agreement, having a good time, maybe getting into a smidgen of trouble. Hopefully not too bad. But it feels more like an overindulgent, like little excessive drinking, something like that, a party night, something like that, because the following day, it kind of rebounds on you, and everything you did the night before, you're kind of like, if it was a party, you're cleaning up the house, or if it's like something where maybe you ate a little bit too much food or something like that, you kind of have a stomach ache, or you're kind of feeling like a little from it the next day. You're snapping back from it right away, but it's kind of like, okay, I overdid it, let me put this back in perspective, and then you keep on going forward. I feel like with this situation, this overindulgent situation here, I feel like your friend has had a lot of fun, just as much as you, but I don't feel like they got the repercussions, or they didn't really pay attention to the repercussions as much, and seemed to keep on going in their merry little way, even though it was a little excessive. I feel like you kind of realized that it was a bit much. Another person, not so much. They didn't really get it, and they want to continue to keep doing that. Whatever it was, if it was partying, or if it was like just something, it feels like it was more like a one-night fun time, just hanging out, having a good time, just overdoing the drinking or eating or something along those lines, just kind of overdoing it, staying up too late, something like that. And you had the repercussions from it, so you're kind of like slowing down and like, you know what, I think I'm going to play this a little smarter because I don't like these repercussions. The other person, though, I don't feel like that's what it is for them. Like, where I see you starting is the Two of Wands, which, when I'm looking at this, it's just, the way I'm reading it for you is just kind of like being active, kind of like in a secondary position, just kind of like going along. Maybe you're kind of egging it on too, but it's just kind of going along. That's what I'm really getting from this. Close friendships. I want to say close friendships, because it's a general read. I don't want to say it's a good friendship, because there's so many variations, but it's a close friendship. And the other person is the Empress reversed, which is, the Empress is typically, you know, moving things forward, kind of a leader sort of energy, typically. And when it's reversed, it's kind of like falling to your own devices, falling into your own, at least that's the way I'm reading this one. It depends per deck, but for this one, I kind of feel like she's kind of overindulging in her own needs and wants and desires, not really looking out for other people, just more like, I'm having fun, let's keep having a fun time. But the reason I'm saying you're going to snap out of it, because right after you have this card with the Two of Wands reversed, you go right into strength. And you'll notice the lion here. I think it's a lion. Yeah, it's a lion. It's a sort of lion. Might be something else. But it has his paw on the ball here, which is a ball of fire. Like, he has it under control. I also feel like this ball of fire is kind of representing those repercussions. Like, all right, I get it. I overdid it. You know, time to pay the piper type thing. You're then moving into the moon reversed, which is to me showing what's not seen. This is when mysteries come to light. This is not, like if it was this way, it'd be like more mysterious, psychic energy, things like this. When it's like this, especially with this card, it's mysteries coming to light. Like it's like something you didn't see before, you're seeing now. You're seeing things for the way they are. This part is matching up with your friend in the sense of like they're still kind of having a party time. They're kind of like, they're in between. I feel like you're kind of like shaping them up and like saying, all right, you know what, I understand you want to keep partying and have a good time, but this is what I have to do in my life, and if I keep doing that, I can't do all those things. Like I can't party and still have an apartment or a job or whatever it is, or keep going in school, whatever you may be doing. And you kind of like snap them into focus with that, because you'll see the Magician down here. This came up for the environmental, both of them, in the same line of progression. So I feel like they're not really wanting to see the truth, but you're kind of pushing them into it and saying, you know what, let's think about this. We can't just party. It's just not going to work. And you're kind of putting them into focus. It may be temporary, though, because the Two of Cups reversed in this situation makes me think that they're going to kind of find somebody else to party with. I feel like you're taking a responsible route because this is your card that matches with it. It's the Four of Cups, and you'll notice this person is kind of like remembering the past, kind of like thinking about what happened. It's kind of a dreamy card. It's kind of an interesting card because it's a mermaid and it happens underwater, yet she's seeing her reflection in a pool of water, which is kind of interesting. So I think it's like she's seeing a reflection of something that maybe wasn't as real as she thought, a friendship that she thought was closer than it actually is. And this one, the Two of Cups reversed, shows me in this situation, the person you hung out with and had the party time with, had a good time, a little overindulgence, they kind of have the attitude of, well, if you're not going to have a good time with me, I can find somebody else to have a good time with. By you taking the responsible road, this is going to pay off for you in the long run. Let's actually get a couple more cards out here. I have some advice cards I want to put out here. I feel like we got the Mother card popping up in the beginning. When we start off with the overindulgent time, the Mother card pops up. Which I almost feel like the reason you kind of get roped into this is because to you, this is a good friendship. To you, this is important, and you want to look out for this person as well as yourself, and you feel that they look out for you too. So it's kind of how it starts. Hanging out, I'll just keep an eye on them. I'll have a few drinks or whatever it is. I'll just do a little. I won't do much. It'll be fine. And you get kind of roped in and kind of it gets away from you. I also feel like that's why the strength comes in, because you're realizing not only that you can't continue that way, this other person can't either. Not if they plan to have good results anyway. This, well, when this comes up in the future, where this is ending up where you're kind of spending time alone and that person's kind of heading off on their own, when the practice comes in, I feel like this is more about your responsibilities. You're getting back into your responsibilities, and I feel like you're being very cautious and smart about what you want to do, and you're paying attention to like the repercussions of overindulging. I feel like you're seeing it right off the bat, like, I can't do this, I'm not messing this up, I'm not gonna, for example, if it was a college thing, I'm not gonna fluff off classes to have a good time and party, and then just have to repeat or possibly drop out this semester or this class. I'm gonna, do what I need to do because it's why I'm here. Even if you're older and it's like you're partying a little bit and you're like trying to be responsible with your job, or there's something like that, or maybe you've been keeping control of your weight, working out and stuff like that, and this overindulgent lifestyle is just kind of wrecking that for you. You're like recognizing it. You're like, no, I've worked too hard. I'm gonna do this. Or even if you're starting out, you're like, no, we're not doing this again. The crowning cards. Now these three cards carry through the whole reading. This is your energy through the whole segment here from the 16th to the 31st. And you have three of them, which is very interesting because it feels like it's almost, the opposite sign for Sagittarius is Gemini, this is kind of what it's reminding me of. Only in the sense of like we're going in three different directions that are all kind of related. I feel like you're pulling yourself, at this time, you're going to be pulling yourself out of bad habits, pulling yourself away from people who are trying to encourage you to indulge in bad habits. You're going to kind of feel a little lonely, although these cards kind of go together. You're going to kind of feel a little lonely from your friends, or pulled away from your friends, or that friendly atmosphere, that social atmosphere, but you're going to be dedicated to what you're doing. If it's schoolwork, if it's, you know, a job, if it's, like I said, taking care of yourself, keeping your body together, you're going to be more dedicated to that, and that's what you're going to use this time frame for, which is a good thing. Things are going well. I feel like this this situation is going to help hone what you want. Like, I feel like you're just, if you weren't 100% sure beforehand, like when you do this, when this overindulgence happens, it's going to snap it into focus, and you're going to be like, you know what, not only do I want to do this, but I'm going to focus on my goals, whether it be schoolwork, a career, taking care of your body, something like that. Do we have anything else going on here? I think that's pretty much it. I see a lot of strength going on, the mother energy. I feel even before this time frame starts, you kind of know what you're capable or susceptible to for falling into, like, little personal traps about deterring yourself from your goals. And there may be more than one goal you're working on at the time, but when this happens, when you overindulge with your friend, you realize what goals are really in danger of slipping away from you if you don't grasp onto those reins and take control and take your power back, or at least, you know, hone it in and, like, dedicate yourself to it. And that's what this time frame is mostly about for you, to decide, you know, am I going to make my goals happen or am I not? I feel like the majority of you are, but just in case a few of you aren't really sure, that's kind of what this is bringing to light. Like, do you want these things to happen? Because they're in your grasp, but you need to buckle down and do them. If you don't want to do them, or if you just give it a half effort, it's probably going to slip away. All right, that is your 2016 to August 31st, 2016 read. Any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Or if you'd like a personal reading from me, send me an email at jamesforastral@gmail.com, James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you for watching.